so many expectations for the next president.
Indeed.
Let's move to last question, Pascal.
Yeah.
What do you think will be the outcome of the ongoing wars in the world? Israel, Palestine on the one hand, and the Russia-Ukraine on the other. If Donald Trump is re-elected, because he claims that if he had been in the power, there would have been no October 7th, 2003 attacks in Israel, or that he will stop the Russia-Ukraine war in just one day.
Indeed. Great question. Well, when it comes to Russia and Ukraine and Palestine and Israel, as we speak right now, like you said, Donald Trump said that if he was the president, or if he's elected the president, he could make a stop. Or if he was the president, there will be no October 27th, or the Ukraine war will not be where it is right now. I think there's a small truth to that, because when he served his first
term, he have the capacity
indeed,
to stop all that?
Indeed, because he said when he served his first term, he said an example about finding the right solution for the war, especially for America, and decided to make peace with America's enemies by going to North Korea, shaking hands of infamous Jim Uncle, if I'm saying the word right, and other great stuff that he did, like trying to mediate the Middle East peace as well between Israel and Palestine by still fostering the two-state policy. And when it comes to Europe, especially Russia, it wasn't Russia and Ukraine by that time, it was Russia and NATO. He decided to make peace as well and be friends with Russia by inviting Russia to Helsinki in Finland to have a dialogue about how to make peace and work together as a unit. But I feel like the people that were in charge with him were not really into that kind of policy, because they're looking at Russia as another competitive enemy, because Russia by itself is independent, it has its own resources, and Russia want to integrate into Europe, and Europe indeed will love to have that, but because of the United States being standing on the way, they're going to incorporate that. So when Donald Trump happened to lose his first term, things turn around. So I think like there's a truth to that. He can do it. But for now, with the way situation are going, the world is already in chaos. You can see Palestine and Israel, Iran and Israel, Syria and Israel. The Middle East is pretty much on fire right now. Yep. Europe is on a decline, not because of the Russia-Ukraine war, but because of the economic situation that is happening, especially when the wars first started and they blew up the Notre pipeline, serving natural gas from Russia to Germany, which make energy very expensive in Europe. So Europe, on the other hand, too, is really suffering from the blowback of all these causes. And I think if Donald Trump comes into office, he can definitely make a change of that. But it's going to be hard. But I feel like he can do it. But it will take time. But the only way we can know is if he has the chance to win this election. But I know if Kamala Harris continue to become the next American president, all the policies that you see right now will continue, because that's the Democratic Party and they're the one in power right now. All of this that is happening right now is under their watch. So if they give the Republican Party another chance, or if they voted them into office, I think there could be a chance, but I doubt it.
But I think Donald Trump in White House again, it's not a good year for Western countries, because as you know, in the war Russia-Ukraine, all the Western countries are supporting Ukraine.
Indeed.
And if Trump come back to the White House, he can support like Trump, like Biden administration.
Indeed. That's a very good question, because Russia and Europe in general, I would say NATO, are in a crossroad right now, and to come in between and say, okay, you know what? I know we've been fighting for a long time. It's a proxy war, Russia, Ukraine, supported by the West. Okay, like you said, if Donald Trump happened to be in office and he said, okay, I can stop this, indeed, he can. He's the president of the United States. He has the executive power, he has other powers he can implement, but does that benefit the West? No, because at the end of the day, the West started this war for their own gain and for their own profits. Indeed, America right now, as we speak, even though they're far away, but it's not in their best interest for Russia and Europe to be close. Okay? So they prefer this war to continue because it's in their own interest, even though people are dying, billions that have been spent, and it's not really going the right way, but it's benefiting some people out there, especially our people back home in America. Not everybody, but the people that are in charge. this is what they want, is their war, this is what they want, because they want to bleed out Russia, because Russia is looked at as a competitor, as an enemy, and this is the only way we can fight Russia, to weaken Russia. But at the other hand, it's making Russia stronger and making Russia turn to other part of the world to make more friends and stuff like that. But Donald Trump could definitely change the hands of time. But it's going to be a difficult war, to be honest, because there's so many money have been spent, so many lives have been lost, so many resources have been put into this effort. So to just wake up one morning and say, I'm the new president and I would like this war to stop. It is. If you do it for the sake of humanity and peace, yeah, why not?
But his new term will want to be a good deal for Palestinians too.
Indeed. When it comes to the Palestine-Israel situation, that's a different and very sensitive topic, to be honest, because like I said earlier, Israel and Palestine have been going through this for like a generation. Okay, it's something that there's some things that I can't comment on right now because it's a very sensitive topic. But when we look at a geopolitical situation right now, America has a way of trying to keep the Middle East in a very destabilized situation. It benefits the Western world because you have to understand that the Arabic countries, as we speak right now, even though Israel and Palestine are into it, you can see that everybody is picking their corner. They're not coming collectively, and there's a reason behind it because nobody wants to be the next victim of stuff like that, which is understandable because it's America, it's Israel. But at the same time, if Donald Trump happened to come into office and trying to make a change in the Middle East, that would be a very complicated thing because the Middle East.
In fact, you deeply think that Donald Trump in the office again, our world will be more peaceful?
Well, Donald Trump in office, I would say,
because that's what he pretends.
That's what he is selling. Okay. Yeah, indeed. He just wants to say that I'm the man for the job. I'm the man that will make it change. I'm the one that's going to bring peace. Of course, that's what people are looking for. But the way things are going, I'm not saying it's not possible. It's very possible for peace to be there. But there's so many things that has happened for peace just to happen overnight. It's going to be really difficult. He could implement some policies that will help towards that. But just to say that I can bring peace and I can make it happen, I think it's rather more of like a dream than a reality, to be honest, as we speak.
But the problem is how to find a solution, an equity solution. Because I think the solution Donald Trump have is to help one side and let another side.
Indeed.
In the main conflict we have currently in Russia-Ukraine or Palestine-Israel.
Well, that's another good question right there because indeed, if he's elected and if he happen to be in office, definitely that's the kind of policy that he will want to follow too. Right? Because America has already shown his hands. Like I will support Ukraine. I don't want to go to the other side over there. And if Donald Trump happen to come into office, that's definitely what's going to happen. He's just going to continue those policies, implementing them to the fullest, and try to see how he can navigate and try to bring peace about. But it's going to be a very difficult way, very difficult indeed.
So, Pascal Nzally, I want to thank you a lot to have accepted to have this discussion with you. We talk about U.S. election, Middle East, the conflict, and how the next president will try to solve that problem.
Indeed.
So I let you the last word to conclude this interview.
Indeed. One final, AfricaGlobe TV.
AfricaGlobe TV.
AfricaGlobe TV. First of all, thank you for having me on your platform. I'm very delighted and very happy to be here. And on my final note, I would say that when it comes to geopolitics in general, we are in a very trying times right now. The world is normal. It's not the world of yesterday. The world has fractured, and as the world is transforming, and the West right now are fighting for. They're not only fighting, but they're scrambling for survival. Because as you can see, the world is Africa, Asia, and some part of Latin America are considered the developing world. And if you can see that the developing world are coming together for a reason, while the West is out there dictating on how the world's supposed to be, or how the world's supposed to be run, or how the world should run, the developing nation are gathering and saying, okay, you know what, let's put our resources together, let's put our mind together and try to establish our own way, because we feel like we've been taken advantage of for so long, for so many years. So whether people are aware of it or not, times are changing, things are transcending, and the world is changing for the better. And just to add a little bit on top of that, the continent that people mostly forget about, call it in that continent, call it name you want to be in Africa, is the next frontier, because Africa is the new is the future as we speak. And on conclusion, I would like to say I see that when it comes to the American election, I see that Donald Trump stands a chance, even though he's not, the best or the favorite candidate. Likewise, Harris, Kamala. But I feel like he has the chance of being the next U.S. president, and actually true, because he was supposed to finish his second term. So we will see and wait till November 4th, which is a couple of days from now, to see what the American people have decided, and go from there.
Thank you, Pascal. But you tell nothing to us about Pascal Home Services. What is this?
Indeed. Very interesting question. Pascal Home Services was founded owned by me. It's like a residential service company back home in États-Unis, America, actually in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. So normally our specialties based on residential buildings, people that need services with their house, yards, and stuff like that. So we have a service that we offer. Some people into real estate will normally call the company to come and give them an estimate about how to, when they finish up their construction and stuff like that. So we offer a variety of services when it comes to residential, commercial, and real estate.
Okay, thank you so much, Pascal.
You're welcome. Thank you.